What's the problem that most people run into about social media?
Hey, this is Blake Sloan. I've been selling real estate over 14 years. Our team of highly trained professionals, along with our unmatched marketing, has sold thousands of homes here in the Myrtle Beach area, and this is how we do it.
The most problem people have with social media is they don't know what to post, right? Like, I want to post things, I just don't want to post. And so what you want to have is have a framework, and it's really explain, Facebook has one goal. What do you think Facebook's goal? And it's important for you to understand Facebook's goal as a user so that you can do what? Play the game to win. But Facebook's goal is to do what?
Keep you on the website.
Keep you on the website. They have one goal, to keep for them to keep their users on the site. Why? That's how they make money, is on selling advertisements. And so if they do that, they have the algorithms in place which do what? They reward those that produce content that keeps other users on the platform. And so this is where the algorithm piece comes in. They track how long basically people look at your posts. Do they read them? Do they open them? How long do they watch your videos? Do they interact with them? And so everyone has this score within Facebook basically on the user URL, the type of content that you put out. And ultimately, that's what determines if it shows and where it shows. And so what I want you guys to understand, here's the deal. If you hate social media, that's fine. But the reality is you cannot argue in the face of the social media piece that you need it from a business standpoint. Why? Because it's a virtual business card. It's a moving, living business card. The clients that you talk to through any of our website sources, the first thing they do is go do what? Look you up. Baby boomers go to Facebook. So it doesn't matter if you hate social media or not, it's here to stay and it's going to be there for a very long time, because guess who does love social media? Everybody's looking to buy or sell from you. So if I understand that, I want to make sure I win the game. Now, even if I do hate social media, here's what's important for you guys to understand. There's two types of people, right? There's consumers. And creators. Russell Brunson talks about in the book a lot that he has one goal with what he does. What do you think it is? All he does is create content. Guess what he does not do? Talks about in the book, broke people are the ones that consume the content. Those that are slaves to the system are the ones that consume the content. And so he says, if I understand this, I can just really play the game to win, understand that, look, Facebook is one thing for me. It's just one main piece. It's a tool for me to create content. And so if you want to have one mindset shift, and especially if you hate social media, right? If all you got to do is come in and create and do what? Leave. But when you get sucked into it, that's when it becomes a problem. So it's a creation platform for me in that scenario. Everybody comes in, they look you up, and they're scoring you based on what?
Everything you post.
Everything. Are you a true expert? And so in that case, if I'm a social media and I'm a secret agent and they look me up, what do they think? This person sucks, right? This is your billboard that they're looking you up on. And so the basics are super important. What I want to make sure I have?
Picture of you.
Quality picture, which is my profile.
Workplace. You know, we had that issue with somebody.
Second one is what?
Where you work.
Cover photo. Does that have to be real estate related? No, but you can get what you want as a cover photo that just says you and has information about real estate if you want to have that on there. Or it can be personal too, whatever you want to do. All right? Second piece you want to, third piece you want to have here is what? You need to have your info dialed in. Info is what?
Where you work.
Company that you work?
Says over there.
Oh, you don't got to put the year, especially if you're young.
It's more personal.
If you're young, I don't recommend putting that on there. Right? Second thing you put in here that people miss out is contact information. You can put it right there. Your phone and or email. Your client forgets your name, guess what they can do? Right? Facebook, look you up, call you, text you right from there. Very important piece to have that.
Also, link your Myrtle Beach Real Estate Deals website to your Facebook and that page.
Yep. Now I talked about, yeah, you can have your website on there too. Forgot about that. Your website.
Did you already say make it public?
Yes, I did not. But make sure everything's public on there. I don't have anything private in mine. Why? I don't have anything to hide, right? And I don't do this perfectly. I have two main, my purpose has changed a little bit over the years, just as I've grown in business, right? I have a lot of paid opportunities, but my main two are for business, both networking, right? I have a lot of networks. I get referrals all the time from across the country. I hand them out daily. So I want to use that piece. But also what's crazy when you look at this book is it plays into what provides value to your clients, consumers. Now, what's the main problem number one problem we have anybody on Facebook do? Any of us in here, what's the number one problem? They don't post. Why? I'm scared. Now, if I'm scared to post on Facebook anything about real estate or me being in real estate, do I deserve to get any clients? No. If I'm not even willing enough to put on my own timeline that I'm in real estate, that I do real estate, I don't deserve anything from anybody else. Period. That's just for myself, and I believe that. If I'm too scared to do that, then I don't have enough desire to be successful in real estate. Right? With me on that? Because especially on brand new, because guess where your best deals come from? I was talking about this. The ones that make it the most in real estate who are brand new are the ones that get a sphere deal very quickly. My first deal was to my roommate. Right? And all of a sudden you get belief in yourself, and all of a sudden you get just enough money to make it to the next deal, and to the next deal, and to the next deal. But most people are scared and terrified of what? What people think about it. What you realize, most people don't think much about you anyways because they already forgot about you because you're not posting anything. Have you ever noticed the ones that post the dumbest, craziest shit get the most attention and people like them the most?
But that pin shit I posted last.
It's true, right? It's important to do, right? Some people do very, very well in this. Now, some people are shy. That's okay, but here's what I want you to do, is question the story that you have about social media and Facebook. If I'm scared, what do I need to ask? Why? Why? And is that why worth me not having the success I desire in real estate? So, number one thing I do is got to post. Now, what's the number two problem we talked about in here? We've got people to post. Now, what was our problem now? They just post about real estate. Now, if I only post about real estate every day, some article, a picture, 5 days a week about real estate, what do people think about me when they see my posts? I hate looking at this. And some of y'all do it too when you see other realtors post about real estate every day. And guess what? What do you think about them? Here's the crazy part. What do you think about them when they only post about real estate?
That they're not actually doing any real estate.
They're not doing real estate, right? What else do you think about them from a trust standpoint? You think they're full of shit.
Yeah.
If they only post about real estate, what do you think? They're full of shit. Why? It's not genuine.
Why is everybody like friends with every other real estate?
I'm about to get to that part. This third part. Hold on. Let me get to the third part, right? Third piece, right, is you can't post only about real estate. This is what I'm teaching you guys about today, this part. Why? You have to have some type of connection that people connect you with. So real estate's in there, yes, but I got to have these other pieces of it too. There's this thing they talk about here called the JK5, which I think is pretty cool. It's the whole reason I'm teaching. It's called the JK5 method. Russell Brunson talks about it. You can call it SRG5, whatever you want to call it. What that is 5 topics that you're passionate about that you do what? You rotate. So if I don't know what to post, so let's say I got the guts to post. That's just cost of admission. That's how you get to the amusement park, right? I got to post something to be able to play this game. Once I'm in the amusement park, now I got to decide what to post. And so what this does helps you choose 5 main topics that you're passionate about that you can actually post about. And so for me, right, you can see most of those, and I don't nail this, I'm learning more about this now too, but for me, mine are very, very simple. And what that is, mine are business, family, travel, Myrtle Beach, and personal development. Right? If you look back at my history, what do you see over and over? Right? And personal development is more working out, right? You're working out, see sunrise pictures, tourist days, traveling. Now you see family a lot, and you saw some business and videos and stuff before. And so what that is, it's this constant rotation, what the 5 are. And so if you want to kind of do that, Russell Brunson picked family, funnels, faith, entrepreneurship, and personal development. And so this other lady, she's on here, she's the one that created this. Her name is Jenna, something I can't remember, Kutcher. Marriage, body positivity, photography, fashion, and travel. And so for you all, I want you to take some time today and think about, hey, what are the 5 things I'm passionate about? The only thing I can think of outside of real estate that you really posted was what? What's one of your most popular posts?
That one bass, I
Call it a bass, right? And how many years ago was that?
fish Mark call, dude.
But think about that. One of the most memorable posts that you have was not real estate.
Right.
It was what?
A fish.
A big-ass smile you had when you had a bass you caught in the lake. And that probably had some of the most engagement that you had, right? Yeah, I mean, so it's one of those things that it's important to understand that that's important to do. And here's what people realize. If I'm looking at a page and I'm a consumer and I'm looking them up, which they all do, they look you up. They want to see, is this person real or not? Are they fake as shit? Do I align with this person? Point being is those are the ones that connect the most with people more than anything else. I've gotten more comments lately on asking how my baby is than I've ever had anything. But I didn't post for them. I posted for me and I posted for Luke. I want to be able to print a book out and see all the memories that we had together. Most of you have all these great memories that you just let die on your phone. What if you just use this as an actual time like it's supposed to be and document your life? And Garrett taught us a long time ago. Those that win the most on social media are those that live their life out loud. Period. If you just live your life out loud, right? If you're an agent, that's how you're able to have people come basically put it in your hands. Why? Because it attracts people to you. And 2, they remember who you are and what you do. Third thing to talk about here, which doesn't work for our business as much, but I think it's important for you guys to understand. He calls it his Dream 100. Now, I'll give you an example of this. Russell Brunson, what he does is obviously he unfriended everybody he had except for his Dream 100. Who do you think his Dream 100 are? The people he wants to do business with in some way. Why do he say this? He said, because why are you wasting time following people that don't bring any value to your life in terms of what they do? Point being that you want to be personal. Now, who is that going to be for us? I want to add my clients, my past clients, and I'll add my whales who are my potential clients. Even the ones, champions are like ones your clients that send you, like referrals and stuff, absolutely. But my whales people, who do I have in my bucket that's really good that I want to friend and kind of attract myself to them? So let's say they're in New York City, or they're in upstate New York, and they are looking at $400,000 houses. I might add them as a friend if I feel confident in my Facebook. You'd be surprised. I'm friends with all these famous people that I looked up to, that I read their books, and there's certain things that like my stuff. Like, it's crazy. You'd be surprised at the connection you can have when you have that type of stuff, right, in terms of what it is. And so I want to be purposeful and have that part is like, who are my top clients, past clients, and I want them seeing my life, not just real estate. Because I'll have you consider this too. If you just do just real estate, even your past clients are going to unfollow you. Why is Facebook the most important, you think?
Well, it's a bunch of people retiring, baby boomers.
It's where the most money's at.
Yeah.
Period. Right? It's where the most money's at. So I want to use that, and just where the baby boomers and everybody else is going to look you up. They don't go look you up on Instagram or your TikTok, right? Somebody who's 30 might on Instagram or something, but I don't really necessarily care about that because they know that Instagram is not real life too. If you think of real life, the most real life is what? Facebook, because it's the timeline of the person's life. And so if I understand that's the gift there, I want to play that game to win. And so a couple pieces of that, right? You want to be average, you have this thing called the ABC DQ test. A, B, C, D, Q. It's super simple to use, right? Run yourself through this thing. Aesthetic. Number 1 is aesthetic. Does it visually show something that fits the personality? Oh, I forgot the biggest part here that goes along with this. Sorry. So one of the cool things that he did is he created 5 folders in his phone.
Oh, for his thing.
Guess what the 5 folders were?
For his hobby, stuff he liked.
His 5 topics in his phone. So let's say that I have, for me, I have like so many photos. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but basically it's like travel folder, family folder, right? Fitness folder, however you want to look at it, business and personal development, however you want to look at it. And then so what it does is constantly taking those and moving to those folders, and what do you do? Pull one out and post it. Try to do one at least a day. He does twice a day. I can't do that yet. I'm just not that interesting, right? But I'm looking to find that way from that. But what he's doing is he's saving that, and instead of doing what I do, I post like 40 photos at once, he'll take that 40 and post them over 40 days, which makes a whole lot of sense, right? And so the key for you, some of y'all are nailing the business side. I mean, it's one of the best we've done. Looks great. Now you sprinkle in some of this personal stuff, it's going to attract those clients to you much better because you're looking at you're winning in all aspects of life, not just business. And back to the producer side, producers are attracted to other producers, right? So it's very, very important for me to understand. First piece, aesthetics, right? Does it visually show something that fits me personally? Second piece, B, for brand. Is it aligned with my dream client or something they would like to see? Does it align with my dream client or something they like to see? So that means I got to be a little bit purposeful in what I'm doing, right? So A's for what? Aesthetics. B's for what? Brand. 100% in that piece. Right? C, consistent. Is it consistent in terms of color, quality, and what I usually post? I don't really worry about that as much, right? Sometimes you post some weird stuff. Like I posted that stuff the other day from the balloon just because I want to come back and see it one day. Right? My timeline number 1 is for me, and number 2 is for business. And me obviously includes my son in that scenario. Right? Which is very, very important. Imagine when they're 13, 14, 15 years old and come back and say, I wonder what my dad or my mom did back in those days. You want something that's what? Clear, defined, and I think inspirational in a way. That's my hope, right? That's your overall, what's the word I just look for? That's your scripture that you have that you're able to pass along to somebody else in your life. For them to see you really in who you are. That's my why behind that. D, right? Diversity. Is it different than my last post? Is it different than the last post? That becomes challenging after a while, but if you rotate it, really through the 4 or 5 of these, it won't be that much different. So consistent, diversity. And the last one we have here overall is quality. Does it line up with the quality I want my clients and followers to expect? 3 main goals. Number 1, inspire. Why is that, you think? It's one of the most powerful things you can do on social media in a world that's very negative, and people are just bitching and complaining in most cases. If you're a consumer, right? If I'm a creator, I can inspire, and guess what that does to those people? Compels others to be, compels others to feel inspired and capable of big things. A.K.A. working with me as a client. Second thing, educate. What does that mean, you think? For us. Educate about real estate, right? About the market, about what's going on, about opportunities, about so-and-so that bought and sold, whatever it is. I want to inspire, I want to educate them. Those are 2 main things there. They're super important. And third piece here, which is very important to sprinkle in, is entertain. Inspire, educate, entertain. Very important to do. Now, what does this do? It just takes taking time to be purposeful in what you're doing and how you're operating. It takes time to slowing down and being methodical in how you operate and not necessarily just being a secret agent. Right? Which is good because now your clients look at you, they're watching, they're seeing houses, they're seeing on the boat or whatever, fishing, whatever it is. And those are things that make a big difference because now they see you're not just some plastic facade fake realtor like they see. And when they do that, they don't group you along with everyone else. The problem with most realtors is consumers view us as commodity, just like you're just like everyone else. But when you have that personalized piece to it, now they're really segmenting you and separating you from anybody else. If you actually post some shit. Right? Which is very, very important. 2 main things you can do. Number 1, with the post, tell a story. I've talked about this in previous trainings in the past. One of the most powerful things that we do as agents, as marketers, as salespeople is tell stories. You have to figure out a way to make the simple things really sound interesting. A great reminder for me to go back and read this and kind of just review this. Like, hey, how can I tell more stories that are more entertaining? Garrett's one of the best people I've seen at doing this. Number 2, ask a question. That gets what? Engagement. Which is super important. And third thing you can do, it's an interesting piece here, I haven't really done this before, is number 3, you can make a list. What do you think that means? Top 3 things people may not know about you, right? Top 5 facts about real estate. 3 ways to use your product. Things that will get engagement that most people don't know about you, right? Just simple things that's creating content that you layer in there through those 5 things. If you want to go back and watch the other one now, here's the thing. Where's the easiest place for us to post stuff? As a review.
Facebook.
Yeah. Our deals. Our deals. Number 1. Pending. Right? We also do sold. Inspection. New listing.
We'll be an inspection post. What do you mean by that?
Yeah, I don't get that one. You could say, hey, just got this one, or you could say, hey,
If
we
you-
got
if
their
you-
inspection on our property.
If you're out there, it is, hey, great inspection of this property, take a picture of the property. And here's the deal. If you know the inspection's coming, what can I do when I'm at the property the first time? Take a picture and then post that later on.
There's a guy I watch, he's actually an A inspector, and he has a bunch of content. He goes through and like shows things that you would never even think about even looking at as a consumer.
Yep, and the people trust him, right?
I know.
Yeah, it makes a difference.
I mean, he's spot on. You know, he deals with all the hate that people give him, but then he goes back and corrects, you know, like he teaches you.
I like the number 1 too. Signed client. Big difference there, right? We miss that one a lot of times. If you want to connect with them, right? Just tell a story about signing a client, where they're from, who they are. Ask, take a picture with him. I still think you guys are screwing up big time when you're not taking pictures of your client at closing. There's not near 90% of y'all do what at the end? Download some photos from fucking Myrtle Beach Real Estate Deals and post 3 of them together and post sold. That's 1/10 as effective as you taking a picture at the closing table with your client. Because when you post over and over and over, it doesn't look real, doesn't look genuine. But when you got random people smiling their ass off, you know, with you on there, and we'll get a sold time for you guys like we got for our other one the other day, and just hold that up, it makes a big, big difference there.
And you tag them in there.
That would be
Your
cool,
friends, too.
I'll have that printed up by tomorrow, if you want. But you guys need to use that. It's very, very important.
It's wild, dude. I haven't had like a lot of people like actually come to the closing table in forever. It's usually like Melloway or like that's why I wasn't even buzzed forever.
I don't know.
The last time I saw him.
Dennis does about 10 a day with people in there. I don't know. Somebody's closing. So the reality is, you want to do what you can. Here's the deal: do a Zoom with them and just have them do hands up. You know what I'm saying? Right? Do a Google Meet, have them do thumbs up. Screenshot it, put it up. Right? Makes a big difference. They need to see other people's faces because people are not. They're very skeptical of you as an agent. Right? Does that make sense, you guys? Questions or feedback on this? All you want to have is a framework, right? Goal for your gate today is to pick your top 5. What are your top 5 things? And then now what happens to the reticular activator, you're going to see those things and you're going to think, wow, I should probably post about that. Some of that could be quotes. Some of that could be certain things, but you want to make sure that, hey, how am I finding 5 things that inspire, educate, and entertain people? Tell stories about Myrtle Beach. Tell stories about what's going on, whatever it is in that scenario. You can also repurpose things.